Alright guys, back out in the garage Thursday night after dinner, and we figured we'd get a quick start on this rear valance section and put some filler on. As mentioned, you can see three sort of sections how this was repaired. So we've got to do a little bit of body work over those weld areas and smooth that out as best as possible. So we'll get the filler out and we'll put probably a glaze coat over that entire panel, and then we'll work it from there. Well, I had a visitor today to check on my my progress to make sure I was out here actually working. So he showed up on the bike. So I thought, who the heck is that? Anyway, this crazy guy.
Quality control.
Quality control, yeah.
You can't go too far ahead without clicking on it.
So he's come and critiqued my work, and he's given me the go-ahead to go ahead. So that's a good thing. So I guess I can continue on now that I've passed the QA assurance test. Unfortunately, I had no beer, so I couldn't even bribe him. Anyway, I'll have to come back later at some point. Yeah, he wore his shirt just for me, but my fridge is empty. See, he needs to announce that he's coming. Anyway, all right, back to the project. Say goodbye.
Bye.
Go for your bike ride.
Go watch my video.
Oh yeah, go watch his video. All right, see you in a bit. All right, guys, we're going to do a little fun project for today. We're going to do a painting project, which I kind of enjoy doing. And we're just going to do it on this back panel. It needs quite a bit of work. This is the visual side in front of the gas tank, and that backs up against the gas tank. So this is a non-stock piece for this car. As I'd mentioned, this is normally made out of cardboard in the original cars, but this is about 16 gauge metal, so it's quite nice actually. I quite like the idea of putting that in there for some extra structure and potentially some added safety as well, although I'm not sure how much. But anyway, I do like the looks and the aesthetics of it. So we'll actually get this cleaned up and into paint, but not just any paint. We're going to do a carbon fiber like I did on my Triumph TR3 center gauge cluster and on my kick plates on my doors. We'll do a little faux carbon fiber finish on this backboard just to do something a little bit different and a little bit fun. Again, if you're a purist, turn away, but you probably already turned away anyway. If you are a purist, because there are many non-pure things about this car, and that will continue on with this trunk board. All right, we'll be back. I'm going to start stripping it down. I've got a 40 grit on a DA, and we'll try to get this looking a little better than it is, especially on the back side. This was never primed or painted on the back side, so it's got quite a bit of rust on it. So we'll fix that up. I think the first step after we get that done will be a quick coat of epoxy primer. Then we'll go to I'm not going to do too much work on it, but we'll go to a high build primer, get that sanded down. Then we'll do our base clear. It's going to be a base coat. It's going to be a mid coat with a netting to create the carbon fiber look. And then it'll be a clear coat on top of that. So a bit of a long project for what it is, but anyway, it's going to be a fun project, in my mind anyway. Takes away from the sand here, at least gives me a little bit of break from bodywork and sanding. And this has to be done, so may as well do it today. Alright guys, we got the panel all cleaned up. It's not perfect, but again, this is the back of the backboard. It looks a lot better than it did. And this is the front side, so just wiped it down with grease and wax remover. Going to put it into black epoxy. And then we'll move on to the next step once it's dry. Alright guys, so we've got the panel down and just got it sitting flat here. I'm only going to concentrate on the top side of this panel. Since the back side will never be seen, it's just going to remain in black epoxy primer on the other side. It sits up against the gas tank anyway, and it's going to have that felt applied back onto the back of it. So my choices or options now are to obviously go to a high build primer. But I'm thinking I'm going to forget that step since this is a trunk panel, and it actually does have some waves and bends to it already. The finish on this is not going to be perfect like it's an exterior panel of a car. I'm not even actually sure if I'll be able to install this back in the car without actually cracking the paint or a clear coat, because it does need to be bent to actually get it back into shape. It actually is not a flat panel. There's a slight curve to it where it sort of fits against the rear bulkhead up against the tank. So anyway, I'm going to forego the high build primer. We're going to spray directly on top of the epoxy primer. know that's generally not the way to go. I did thin the epoxy so it's more of a sealer versus a primer anyway. So what I'm going to do is going to go directly to a black base coat. Then we'll follow it up with a secondary silver coat, which will be sprayed through a mat, and I'll show you that when I get it out of the cupboard. And then that'll be followed by a clear coat. I haven't decided whether I'm going to do a tinted clear coat or a clear coat, but we'll decide upon that once I have a look at how we did as far as the silver is concerned, whether I think I need to dull down the silver or whether I missed the silver on just to the right consistency. Anyway, there are some questions to be answered along the way. So I'm going to mix up some base coat. I'm going to switch guns to my SATA Mini Jet, and we'll go ahead and we'll spray this into black base coat, probably 3 coats, and we'll go from there. Alright guys, there's the panel with 3 coats of base coat, just factory black it's called. It's okay, it's not great. Again, just going over the that sealer epoxy primer is not the greatest thing to do in the world, but anyway, we'll mask it up now. We've got the this is actually a rug undercoating. So I've used this before, so basically we'll just lay that over the panel. Incidentally, the paint I'm using is Matrix brand. Here is the base coat black, so MPB 9000 factory black. And then that's mixed 1 to 1. I actually did a little cocktail of a mixture of slow and fast reducer to get somewhere around a medium. This is the next step. So this is just another Matrix brand, and it looks like code, I don't even know what the code is on this, but it's just a silver. You can see it sort of there. And anyway, I'll set up the mat and we'll come back.
Guys, there's the mat we're spraying through, just sitting on top of the panel, and we got it stretched out as best as possible with a few wrinkles here and there, but not too bad. So we'll go ahead and we'll spray the silver, just 1 pass, and it should be good to go.
Alright guys, Sunday afternoon back in the garage. Beautiful day outside today, about 80 degrees Fahrenheit here in the garage. It's supposed to be even hotter the next few days with high humidity. I think we're going to be up in around the 90s or so. I think it's supposed to feel like 33 degrees Celsius with the humidity in the afternoon, so can't complain about that. Well, I could complain, but nobody wants to hear that, especially after such a rotten spring we had. Anyway, just got back from looking at a TR6 with Les. Maybe have a little preceding video or post video after this little statement of a local person, a local widow who was wanting to sell her husband's TR6, so we went and had a look at that. Hopefully we can pass it on to a person who can appreciate TR6s, so we'll see how that goes. You're looking at a silver back panel. And this is not supposed to look like that. We had an issue painting the carbon fiber part of this, and we're doing a redo. We're going to sand this back down to 400 grit, and we're going to respray it. When I sprayed the secondary base coat color, the silver, when I actually removed the mask, I hadn't let it dry long enough, and I actually sort of dragged the mask, and it ruined the effect. So essentially I've just reshot the whole thing again with the silver that I had left in the gun, and now what the intent is I'll sand it down with 400 grit, and we'll rebase black and go back and then do the silver again, and hopefully it'll work this time. So that's what I'm out here doing. I've got the 400 grit somewhere. Just dug that out. We'll put that on a block and we'll sand this down before we get it ready to go into black base coat again. So sometimes you got to do things over. So this is a do-over. Alright, just coming up to 9 a.m. on the 25th of May. And we've got this primed and now sanded down to 400 grit. So we're about ready to hit it with our first couple coats of base coat black. And then we'll move on to the next stage, which is the mentioned, the silver for the carbon fiber look. I've got the matting out here on the hood of the truck, trying to get rid of some of the creases by using some heat. I may have to throw this in the dryer for a little bit because this needs to be flat, lay flat on the panel. So we'll see what I need to do after I get this spray painted black. So we're going to do that now.
Okay guys, second coat is down. Looking much better than the previous attempt. So hopefully we won't get too much dust in it. We'll see. Not that it matters too much. That's looking good, so we'll let that dry. I think we'll leave it at 2 coats. I was going to do 3, but I think 2 is looking good. So we'll let that dry for about an hour and a half and we'll do the next step. Alright guys, we just did the spray through on the mat with the silver. And that's what it looks like. It's not perfect. The mat wasn't laying completely flat in a few spaces. But we got a little weird sort of pattern going on here. We're going to tint the clear down a little bit with a little bit of black. So we'll do a tinted clear on top of this. It'll help it out, smooth it out a little bit. So it'll be a little less distinctive silver, obviously, than it is now. We'll see what that turns out like once we get the clear on it in about 10-15 minutes from now.
Alright guys, there's a quick look of it after 3 coats of tinted clear. Doesn't look too bad. I was going to go with a 4th coat of clear, but the pot life was running out and I didn't want to mix anymore, so I stuck with 3 coats. Looks okay. And it's kind of hard to pick it up in the camera. It's a little streaky, but not bad. Anyway, it's going in the trunk, so let's see how it dries up and see how much dirt it gets into it. Got a pretty good shine already, but I'm gonna buff this. I'm gonna wet sand and buff this as well, and then we're gonna probably put some paint protection film on it because it is going to be in the trunk and there's going to be stuff up against it. So I'll probably protect it a little bit anyway. If I decide to keep this anyway, I mean, I can always, if I don't like it, I can always go back to black. So that's certainly an easy thing to do, is just sand this down quickly with 600 grit and shoot it with black base and clear again. But anyway, we'll see what it looks like. Anyway, I'm happy with the spray out in this dirty old garage so far. Anyway, like I said, we'll see if we can survive the dry time without a fly or something landing in it. Alright, we'll be back in a bit. We'll let her dry. Alright guys, it's now Tuesday and just about to start working on the bike a little bit. I've got to, not that bike, but the other bike. I got to change the oil in the drifter. So we've got the new filter here. We've got our oil here. Just about getting ready to do that. So I'm just cleaning up some space to bring the bike in the shade because it's hot outside. Showing 80 degrees Fahrenheit in the garage. I think it's going up to over 90 today. And we just put this panel out here to dry in the sun a little bit. We can get another look at it. I'm not sure how well it's going to show up out here, but I'm happy with the way that it turned out. So I'm not even sure that I'm actually going to buff it. I may just actually leave it since it is going in the trunk. It's actually pretty good. There's not a lot of dirt in it. There's a few spots here and there. There's one spot in the middle that's got a bit of a air bubble in the clear. Other than that, it actually looks pretty good. So I think we might just actually leave that and move on to something else. I don't want to spend too much time on it. So anyway, I'm going to bring the drifter in and we'll do a quick oil change and then we'll move on to something else. Hopefully it's a quick oil change. Oh, and incidentally, like it or not, the BMW is going to get some love in the next week probably. I've ordered some parts for it, so just waiting for those to arrive from the US. Delivery is a little slower than normal, but they are on their way. So we'll be playing with this bike shortly. Needs a good cleaning as well. Didn't store it out in the backyard under the bike barn. But anyway, so those are upcoming videos, so you may choose to tune in or not, but it's got to be done. So thought I'd let you know. Alright guys, we managed to get the oil changed on the drifter successfully, so we're back to working on the TR250. Just uncovered it again and did a little cleaning. It is smoking hot out in the garage. I know I said I wouldn't complain. It's 90 degrees Fahrenheit in the shade. With humidity it feels like 95. Anyway, got the fan going and we're going to continue working on the rear of the car here. I think what I'll do today is I'll work on these areas here in the corners where I need to do some body work where that's going to be visible. So we'll do both corners and do a little grinding work here where I replaced the bottom of this wheel arch. So we'll do a little grinding here, and then we'll rough that up and we'll do a little bit of body work. We'll do a little fiberglass swipe first, and then we'll follow it up with some Bondo. So that's what we're working on today. Alright guys, just coming up to about 8 p.m. and out in the garage after dinner. Still pretty warm out here, still about 90, just a little over 30 degrees Celsius, and pretty humid. Anyway, we're pretty much finished with the trunk. I did do those couple areas that I was talking about. Do need to sand down to 180 grit in a few little areas, but for the most part I'm going to call this done. We are going to start working on these areas here. If you notice, I took the tail lights out. So we're going to start working our way down to the rear valance, but I think what I'll do first is I'm just going to skip a little bit to the passenger compartment here and just put a really thin coat of fiberglass, short strand fiberglass filler over where I've welded in those repair sections on the wheel wells. I know there is a piece of foam and a piece of vinyl that's going to cover those wells, but I want to make them as smooth as possible before we go to that next step in the interior. So may as well do that now. So I'm just going to rough that area up with a little bit of 80 grit, and we'll apply a little bit of short strand fiberglass. Alright guys, just coming up to about 8:30 or so, end of night update. We've got a coat of fiberglass and a coat of filler. We haven't sanded down the filler yet. We'll do that tomorrow. It's getting a little bit late out here to be making too much noise, so we'll hold off until tomorrow. That's looking better. So I guess what we'll do is we'll upload what I've got as far as any progress is concerned. I don't think I've got too much in the way of progress. I know I've got that little bit of a painting video to show you, but you're probably not interested in that anyway. So, but I'll upload it just so you see where I'm at. We'll move the bikes in, and then we'll get back out here tomorrow. Thanks for watching, guys. Talk to you later.